Now for the latest from this week's Diggers and Dealers conference in Kalgoorlie.
Gold has been at the centre of the mining town for 125 years and gold theft has been an issue for about as long.
Yeah.
Rachel Pupazzoni caught up with the man responsible for catching would-be gold thieves.
That's the story.
Where there's gold mining, there's gold stealing. And so in Kalgoorlie here in the goldfields in Western Australia, there is a very unique unit. It's called the Gold Stealing Detection Unit. Now it started in 1907 when all the mines in the area were sick of their gold being stolen. So they got in touch with the WA Police Commissioner in Perth and said, look, we need some help here. Our gold's being stolen too often. So he said, okay, you fund it and I'll supply the detectives. And so were based out of this building here, the Chamber of Minerals and Energy. This building's been on this site for more than 100 years. Let's go in and have a look. We've got someone very special to meet inside. Detective Sergeant Chris King, great to see you inside the building here. Now you head the Gold Stealing Detection Unit. What is that?
It's a specialist-based unit here in Kalgoorlie, and we investigate gold theft, basically anything that happens on the gold mines in Western Australia.
Now we're in this really interesting building. Let's have a little wander. Now there's something quite unique inside this first room. This building's so old, so it obviously has some real history to it. What is this? What kind of thing would it have been used for?
Well, one can only imagine it's a very solid old vault, so we can imagine a bit of gold was stored there back in the day.
So in this old building that used to hold the unit, you're obviously now down at the local police station. There must have been all sorts of interesting stories that have come out of here of some significant hauls by the unit.
Yeah, I'd say there would have been, yes. We've had some pretty good arrests over the years as a unit. Some quite interesting ones that have stretched overseas to local stuff in Western Australia as well. For everything from raw gold, gold bullion, gold ore, part processed gold in its various forms.
Now this board here lists everyone who's been involved in the unit since its inception.
Since 1907. The Pittman and Moultrie Memorial Board, as it's aptly named. So everyone who commenced from 1907 right through to present day have their name, regimental and start dates on there. So it's quite an honour to be on the board.
And how has the way gold is stolen changed since the unit has been around?
Probably significantly. So back in the early days, gold was in its raw form, so stolen in gold or generally in gold ore. But now the gold process has changed so much with the way it's extracted. There's a lot of different areas that it can be stolen from in that process. It can be stolen as raw ore straight out of the pit, in raw gold form, like the nuggets that are getting found. But then when it starts going through the chemical process, it can be stolen during that process, and it doesn't even look like gold.
Okay, so it's not always in a gold nugget.
No, it doesn't. It's not always yellow and shiny. Sometimes it's black and smelly, but it's full of gold.
Detective Sergeant, it's been great to talk to you. Thanks so much. I'll let you get back to work and try and stop some of that gold theft that unfortunately still goes on.
Thank you.
Well, you would if you could, wouldn't
Rachel.
you? You know, I go to a museum and I see the ancient shining gold, and it's
Swipe 'em.
it's instinctive. Your hand just like, oh, come on, just in the pocket, off we go, bye bye. I don't.
You got to earn it.